This chapter feels very technical. Oil, gas, mining, but I want to connect it properly with valuation. Because at first glance, it looks like an engineering subject. So tell me honestly, why should a valuer study this?
Very practical question. A valuer studies this because land value is not only determined by what is visible on the surface, but also by what exists beneath the surface and what rights are attached to it. These laws govern exactly that: exploration, extraction, distribution, and rights over natural resources.
So this is more about rights than just resources?
Correct. It is about legal control over resources and its impact on land ownership and valuation. Let us start with the first branch, Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board Act 2006.
So what is the core function of this act?
This act regulates mainly midstream transportation of oil and gas, downstream distribution networks, pipelines, and right-of-way corridors.
Right of way means they can pass pipelines through private land?
Yes, pipelines often pass through multiple land parcels, so the Act provides a framework for creating and regulating these corridors.
So what happens to land value if a pipeline passes through it?
Good question. It creates easement rights in favor of the authority, restrictions on construction, safety limitations.
So usability reduces?
Yes, and when usability reduces, market value is affected negatively in many cases.
Now coming to mining, this is the main law, right?
Yes, this is the principal legislation governing mining in India. It regulates prospecting licenses, mining leases, extraction rights.
If I own land, do I automatically own the minerals below it?
No, in India, generally subsurface mineral rights belong to the state.
That means land ownership is incomplete?
You can say that land ownership is mainly surface ownership, while minerals are controlled by the government through licensing.
So for valuation, we must separate these rights?
Exactly. You must distinguish between surface land value, mineral or resource value.
Now, this part is very important. How exactly do these laws impact land rights?
There are three major impacts. As we discussed, these are owned by the state. So if valuable minerals exist, land may gain importance, but ownership benefit is not fully with landowner.
So value increase is indirect?
Yes, usually through compensation, royalties or lease arrangements.
For pipelines or mining access?
Certain areas of land cannot be freely used. Construction restrictions apply.
So development potential reduces?
Correct, and that affects highest and best use, which is critical in valuation. Mining and oil activities may create environmental degradation, pollution risks, legal liabilities.
So even if resource exists, risk may outweigh benefit?
Very correct. Valuation must consider both positive and negative impacts.
Now, from a valuer's perspective, what should be the approach?
There are three essential aspects. You must identify applicable law, licenses and leases, regulatory restrictions.
So legal due diligence is mandatory?
Always. If minerals or oil exist, does value automatically increase? Not automatically. It can be positive economic potential, negative restrictions and liabilities.
So it is a balanced evaluation?
Yes, a very careful one. You must account for easements, environmental obligations, safety regulations. Ignoring these leads to overvaluation or wrong conclusions.
So this entire chapter is teaching us that land is not just a surface asset, it is a layered asset with legal and resource dimensions.
Very well understood. A professional valuer must always think in layers: surface use, subsurface rights, legal controls, environmental implications.
This really expands the way I look at valuation. It's not just visible analysis anymore.
Correct, because sometimes the hidden factors below the land can either create great value or significant risk.